Nightmare Sisters. Three geeky college girls who can't get a date organize a seance and become sex-starved vamps. Directed by David Decato and written by Kenneth J. Hall. So I'm talking about Nightmare Sisters. It's an older release from Vinegar Syndrome, but they've just recently given it that slip treatment. And what a fucking movie. This is one of the sleaziest non-porn titles from Vinegar Syndrome that I've seen, and it was fan-fucking-tastic. Stars Linnea Quigley, Michelle Bauer, Brink Stevens, Dookie Flyswatter as the fortune teller, and Richard Gabai. I think he was the exorcist. So it starts off with like a 10-minute intro of a woman at a fortune teller trying to get info on her missing husband, who she thinks is dead. That goes on for about 10 minutes, and it ends with a fucking hilarious decapitation, and just the acting during that whole segment was just atrocious, but it worked. It had a fun, campy feeling to it. You knew you were in for a fun ride with that acting, and something that's not going to take itself seriously. And then you fast forward a bit to the sorority house with Linnea and her friends. Can't remember their names offhand. I'm not familiar with those two, Michelle Bauer and Brink Stevens. All three of them were just absolutely stunning in this. Lots and lots of eye candy. But I think it was Michelle that plays the really nerdy one with the glasses. She likes to go shopping at flea markets and shit, and she ends up bringing home the crystal ball that Omar, the fortune teller, had. And they then decide to have a little party with some frat house boys, and that's when shit goes fucking bonkers. They do a seance, and the three girls turn into succubus or succubi, or as IMDb called them, sex-craved vamps. I wish they had more of the succubus song in it. I only remember hearing it during the menu screen. Sucky, sucky, succubus, or something like that. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, once that happens, it is just full-on sleaze for the rest of the movie. These three chicks are just trying to fuck everything that walks and take their souls. There's a pretty long segment of just the three of them giving each other bubble baths and shit. Really funny part where one of them turns their bedroom into a jungle. You hear cheetahs and chimps and all sorts of crazy shit. The dudes are hilarious. They kind of reminded me of the kids from Porky's. Just always peering through keyholes and shit, trying to get a glimpse of tit. And just their whole like nerdy innocence type of thing going on with it too. That those three just cracked me up. And then they had their frat house brothers in the movie too, and those three were just polar opposites, total fucking douchebags, and just acted like total cunts towards the other three. I feel like I've said enough of what happens. I don't want to give any spoilers, but Linnea was just a goddamn gem in this, as usual. Even cracking a joke about how one zombie movie is enough for her. That shit really made me laugh. Definitely not her best acting role or acting performance, but what everyone lacked in acting in this movie, they totally made up for with the heart and the passion they had. You could tell they were just having an absolute blast with this film. And that feeling they had while on set was infectious, because you can't help but fucking watch this movie with a huge shit-eating grin. It was just phenomenal. And if you're like me and you order a fair bit of Vinegar Syndrome, but you've never taken the jump for this because you just didn't know anything about it, I am so glad I bought it when they released the slip, because this should have been in my collection a long ass fucking time ago. In a town called Kickapoo. But anyways, y'all need this in your collection. If you want some good old fucking horror sleaze, get this. Now, there's not a whole lot of violence in it. Well, there's a bit of violence, but not a whole lot of blood and guts and all sorts of stuff that I normally watch. But what they lacked in gore, they more than made up for with the tits and everything else. Like, just, you guys just, and gals, y'all need this. Get that eye candy in your collection. Fucking just amazing. And I'm gonna be looking up more work from Michelle and Brink. I feel like I need them in my life too. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this review. Fucking Nightmare Sisters. What fucking year was this? 1987. And it's a short flick too, so it's perfect. You just want to throw something on quick and dirty before you're going to bed or something. It's 82 fucking minutes. I did jump into the extras, didn't watch any of it, but they actually had the made-for-TV version. So I'm assuming most of the nudity's cut out, but it still had the same runtime. So I'm interested to see if there was extra footage created to fill in the gaps, because there's no way they would have had that bubble bath threesome showing in the fucking TV version. That's for goddamn sure, unless they just put black bars over everything. That's just fucking stupid. And yeah, that's gonna be this review. Thanks for fucking watching, folks. Stay sleazy. Peace.